Okay, so today we are going to have a little chat about your future self. And it's going to be kind of fun because I want you to really think about, and more than that, feel what your happiest version of yourself feels like. I say this a lot, but what that happiest version of yourself feels like. And I want to invite you to look up in whatever language you like, a language that is not your first or second language or third or fourth, if you know many, but a language that you're not familiar with, but curious or enjoy. So I love Sanskrit and Hebrew and so many different languages. So look up the word that you would want your future self represents. So first, the first part of this exercise is to write down, I'll give you a few minutes to write down the characteristics of your happiest, most radiant health, uh, wealthiest, healthiest, socially, emotionally, physically, intellectually, um, self, and write down words that describe him or her or they. And then look up, the second part of this is going to be looking up that word in different languages. And this is going to be a name that will anchor you to that version of yourself. So you will write this, we'll have some activities of how to use this as an anchor to embody your next best self. Not your next best, but your next best is your best self is your next best self. Like you don't have to go from one step to the 10th, to the second step. You can go from 1 to 10. If you can see it and if you can claim the emotional energy of that, it is ready for you. It's just a matter of jumping to that timeline. Okay. So we'll take a few minutes right now. Please try this exercise. Just because I cannot see you. Utilize this. We're just going to take 5 minutes right now, okay? 5 minutes to change your life. Another way. I teach 43 core techniques. This is not even one of them. This is a bonus one, okay? So in this one, you write down a bunch of characteristics of your happiest ideal self, okay? And it literally can be objects as well. It can be like 5-car garage, I don't know, a house in Greece. You can even put things like that on there. Infinity pool can be a symbol of that version of you. It can be having having a hired a massage therapist that it works with you every week. So it could be holistic care, it could be organic garden in your backyard, all the different characteristics, not just emotionally, but anything. Okay. It can be one of great gratitude, grateful. And I want you to notice that if you just change the C and the T and change it to C, it's actually graceful. I just realized that recently. So go ahead and write your list. I'm going to start a little timer, just 2 minutes, and write all the characteristics or icons or anything, images that come to you as you think of your happiest version of yourself, the one that really loves your life, loves your life, creates a life that she loves or he loves. Okay, so we're going to start the timer now. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Actually, there we go. Actually, I'll give you 1 minute and then you can pause it if you need more time. Pause this video. Just so you can see how quickly 1 minute goes. It can be words like sunlight. It can be diamond, gold, silver. It can be shapes. anything that represents or you can relate to. Social could be family of whatever. Um, all right. And now on the right side of that piece of paper, I want you to write, I want you to Google, actually, Google on your phone or your computer, different languages of that word. Well, and if you have a bunch and if you do a very big list, okay, I recommend that you highlight. Let's say you have a list of 25 things that you think about when you think about your highest, happiest, most joyful, full, secure self. Then I want you to highlight the top 5, whatever they are. Okay. Then look up the words in your favorite languages that you do not know. Sanskrit, Hebrew, whatever. It could be any language you want. And then write the word. So if it's sunlight, look up the word sunlight. So for example, I'm going to use Google to show us how to do that. Hold on one second. Or you can use ChatGPT, right? GPT, okay. Um, okay. How to say the word sunlight in 10 languages. You could even do it that way. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to show you. Hmm. Ugh, okay. Hold on. Stop share. Um, Verifying I'm human. How to say the word sunlight in 10 languages. There we go. It says the word for sunlight, and then it says how to say it. Suraj ki roshni. Ooh, Nico. Interesting, Nico, sunlight. Okay. All right, so I'm learning. I love the word luz de sol. Okay. Um, I would love to see add Sanskrit word for sunlight. So you can add if you don't see the one you want. So Surya Prabha. The radiance of the sun. Ooh, okay, I like that. So Surya Prabha. Surya Prabha. Interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to pick one of these words as my spirit name, as my highest self name, as my next best self name. So this can change, right? But this is from this level of my life. This is the word that I'm picking from my list. And I'm going to pick one of the ways of saying sunlight. And I'm going to pick this one. Let's see. I don't know, maybe Headbit. That's kind of cool too. Nico. I kind of like that too. Nico. Let's see. I gotta pick one. I gotta pick one. Arabic is great. I'm Shams. Okay, I'm just gonna pick this one. So, and I'm going to copy and paste it. into my notes, and I'm going to do a little whiteboard for you to see this. Okay. Oops. All right, so this is the new word, Sanskrit for sunlight. All right. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to focus on this new word of mine as the name Surya Prabha. Okay, as my new name. This is the one that I'm bringing in. I'm going to name her. She's named. This is her name today. And I'm just doing this. I actually have a different name that I love in Sanskrit that I embody. But for training purposes, I just want to give you this for now. And so when I see this name, I'm going to write it on a note, a post-it note. I'm going to print this out. I'm going to sit under a tree and say this word as many times as I have fingers. So Surya Prabha, Surya, Surya Prabha, Surya Prabha. Sunlight, 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 sunlight. Okay, I could even say it in English if I'd like, but I like the idea of not knowing what I'm saying or it being my little secret between me and myself. Okay. And I'm just going to embody her and I'm going to name her and I'm going to see her and I'm going to see the clothes she wears. I'm going to visualize her. I'm going to see how she breathes. I'm going to see how she walks. I'm going to close my eyes and see her name. And now I have a name for her. And let's say this is the name for your health or wealth or new relationship with your partner, upgraded. And this is that version of you that has a really happy relationship with his or her partner. Maybe this is the version of you that has, and maybe all of this, the prosperity of great financial freedom. Maybe you're living in the place that feels so peaceful and tranquil and suited for your best self. So I want you to just keep thinking about how to make your best self real. Okay. This is very, very special. Um, very special. When the brain believes that we are truly embodying our next best self, and we're bringing it in. And I related to I gave this metaphor yesterday in group. Imagine your highest self, your happiest self from the let's say you're in a big beautiful mall in some fancy place, and you have there's a huge elevator or escalator, right? Escalator, and you see your next best self from this version of you up at the top of that escalator. And the stairs are going up, but your best self is coming down those stairs for you. And you're taking one or two or three steps up, or maybe you're just on one step and your best self is coming to you. For every step you take, your greatest self is coming towards you by 10, by 1,000, whatever you're willing to see. And it's bringing in, and you're embodying that person, that version of you. Okay. Name that version of you. Claim, declare, command, embrace, invite, enjoy that version of you. What's the worst that can happen if you think about that version of you more than this one? So this one is just it's a result of yesterday, and yesterday's yesterday, right? So if we know that we are just a result of yesterday's yesterday, we're looking at the past. Today is just an accumulation of yesterday's. So the future self, even next week's self, is an accumulation of your today to that day. So the next step here, once you have done your list of characteristics, you highlighted a few that drew you the most to anchor to your next best self. You've looked up a word or a way of saying it that feels really good for you, and you start integrating that name in your life, saying hello to her in the or him in the mirror, putting a post note on your own dashboard saying like, check out your new McLaren. Like, even though I'm driving a, an SUV, like, do things to have fun with her or him, the version of you that you're embodying, and enjoy courting that version of you. Enjoy that is your new best friend. Okay. That is the number one person that you want to impress. I have a name for her, and you can, when you name her, she starts to become really, really real. You start to hear thoughts that she would have, okay, or that he would have. You start to hear um and feel like that best friend is in your life. They say that we are an accumulation of the people we spend the most time with. I think it's the three most people or five most people, and that's what we are, is pretty much well, I think, how about if we know that? How about we hack the system and create people in our lives that don't exist yet? When I was little, I used to do this. I used to imagine all the people in my life, and because I didn't have stable parents in my life, I imagined my own mentors and great friendships and or a great marriage and what that would look like. And I took pieces of people that I loved. I took pieces of my mother. I took pieces of my biological father. I took pieces of my different father figures in my life. I took pieces of friends and family and mentors, and I created a mentor in my mind. I really did this. I did this at like, I don't know, I was preteen. I was before I was even 13. And I remember thinking, I have such a great mentor because I have the resilience of my grandmother and the bold boundaries of that woman. I I have some pretty hardcore strength that I get from her. I have the honesty of my mom. No matter what she went through, she was honest with me. Um, she was so non-judgmental of others. So, I have different pieces that I took, and they may not be completely true for that person, but those were the pieces I focused on that I wanted to embrace, right? So no one's perfect at being anything. Like my grandmother wasn't always strong. There was times where she was very weak, you know? With that being said, create your own mentor, and it can be pieces of other people if you're looking for a parent to follow, or it can be just a mentor, a really amazing mentor that you have created, which is your future self, to look forward to. Because and so one of the things I have on my dry erase board that I'm staring at right now is, what have you done for your, mine says, uh, it has her name today. Okay. It's a secret name, so I can't tell you yet. It's not released yet. But ha what have you done for her today? Okay. What have you done for your sunlight today? What have you done for your uh let's say you're calling yourself Luz de Sol, okay? Your sunlight. What have you done for your truth? Let's say yours is truth. And you looked up that word and you have a cool name for it, or it's the word truth. That's what have you done for that version of you today? Okay. I'm gonna leave you with that today, but I want you to experience um really not just creating an image of, but having conversations with, dressing in the ways of that version of you, speaking from her, him, the wholeness of you. So, and I'll show you one more thing. Here we go. Every day I look at a list. This was just a list that I wrote one random afternoon. And it says, these are the thoughts, feelings I claim today: confidence, clarity, calmness, peace, joy, love, kindness, healthy boundaries, integrity, understanding, acceptance of myself and others, presence. Okay, so I do like probably 50 of these a year. I just write out a list of the things I want to create. I write that list out of the things that I want to embody, the things that are on my heart to draw in a deeper way. Or maybe I'm already doing that and it just seems to be floating on my mind already. But, just write down, give yourself what we pay attention to, we get more of, right? So if we know that, read your list every day, add to it. But also, I redo these and I don't put a lot on it. Like I could type it up. I do have some typed versions, but like quite honestly, there's something about writing, free writing, channeling. Like it's like a kid gets to now write down all the things that that kid wants to experience in their lifetime, and it doesn't have to be the same things as last week or last month. But if you still feel like you're vibing and getting energy from your list, then great. Keep it up there for weeks or months or whatever you want. But I truly feel like giving ourselves blank sheet of paper and rewriting things and seeing what comes up. There's right brain activity. There's, that imagination that gets to play in that a little bit. And that's where wisdom is accessed over intelligence. So I hope you enjoyed today's bonus training as I did, and as I enjoy you. And thank you one more time. Whoever is watching this, I want you to know that the fact that you are watching this has added value to my life. And there is nothing more sacred to me than being of service and helping you expand your love and knowing that you are not alone and that you're so loved here. And that's really, really important to me. So I just want to thank you for receiving and believing in yourself, and on some level, receiving and believing in our work together. So thank you so much for watching this video. And you don't know what it means to me, really. You probably don't know, but it means more than I could express. Okay. Well, thank you and take care and enjoy today, as Winnie the Pooh would. His favorite day is today. So, if you haven't read the book Tao of Pooh, Tao, it's a good old book. Yeah, one of my faves. All right, take care. Ciao for now.